It's Monday again. Happy President's Day, right? Yeah, it's a holiday. I'm retired, so every day's a holiday. But I'm here with Mike, and we are not at the shed. We are actually in Mike's garage, and we're here to pick up another pinball machine. I'll tell you more about that when we actually get down to the shed, but let me flip the camera around and show you what we're working with here. We're going to pick up one of these machines. If you thought that the machines at the shed were all we had, no, Mike's got a bunch more. So why don't you tell them what you got stashed here, Mike?
All right, so we got 6 machines here. This is a Flash Gordon. This is a multi-level playfield machine that we do have. It's in the queue for full restoration. I have all the parts for it. This is the Black Knight, the original Black Knight. They made 2 versions of this. This is also a multi-level machine. I think this was actually the very first multi-level playfield machine. Back there is a space shuttle. Every NASA guy should have a space shuttle pinball machine, and I have one.
If you didn't know, Mike works at NASA in his day job.
This is a Dolly Parton machine. This machine is
I'm coming around the other side of you.
A donor machine. Classic Playfield Reproductions, the company we get our playfields from, is retheming, they're allegedly retheming this machine into a brand new machine called Las Vegas. This is the machine they chose to use as the donor, so I snagged one while I could get it, but I don't really know if this machine is ever going to be built, because I don't know if CPR is actually ever going to follow through with their project. They claim they will, but this has been in the works for several years, and they haven't really produced anything other than a concept at this point. This is a Gorgar, Williams Gorgar. This was, I believe, the first talking pinball machine. Those familiar with Williams machines, this is a very popular machine, and it's got some really cool graphics in it. It's not much of a player, but nevertheless, we have one. And the machine we're getting out today is the Playboy, the 1978 version, which is going to be the donor machine for our Sexy Girl reproduction. We have all the parts necessary to do that, and as we get into this project, I'm sure Ed will have a lot of interesting videos to show you.
Yeah, now Mike, I noticed that there appears to be another pinball machine sitting back over there.
That is an empty cabinet.
That's an empty cabinet.
It is not a machine. It's not one we will be restoring. It was an opportunity that I could snag it, and I did. I thought maybe I might make a virtual pinball machine out of that, but who knows? But that's not really something that's in our queue at this point.
Bottle storage for your future bar.
Yes.
And in case you guys didn't notice, Mike also, in his spare time, when he's not flipping houses, working for NASA, or redoing pinball machines, is he likes to work on cars. So he does a little bit of that too. But anyway, I don't have a tripod, so I'm not going to show you any of this, but we're going to dig that machine out of there, put it up on that trailer right there, haul it down to the shop, and we will see you down there. Gotten the pinball machine into the shop here. We're going to break it apart. We're going to pull the playfield out and start stripping it down, and I will show you in a second what we plan to do with it. Okay, before I talk about our new project, let me talk about our old project. We are in a holding pattern with this project because we're waiting for some parts to come in from China. Actually, some of those just arrived today, but we still have others that we're waiting for before we can proceed with installing the LEDs on this table. So we decided that instead of mucking around and wasting a lot of time with this, we would move on to our next project. And the next project is a table called Sexy Girl. And Sexy Girl is a kit modification machine. What would you call it, Mike? It was a retheme of the Playboy pinball machine, which is why we have the Playboy table over there. We're going to take all of the electronics off of that table and mount it on this play field. If you notice, right here in the middle, there is a clear screen And the way this game played originally is that when you got to a certain point, lighting up the 2x, 3x, or 5x bonuses, a slide projector would turn on under the table and start projecting interesting photos for you to watch while you're playing pinball. So what we are going to do is upgrade this and install a monitor under this table that will show you more modern images and videos as your score progresses. Some of those images will be PG, some of them will not. It all depends on how good your score gets as you're playing the game, or I should say how good your multiplier gets as you're playing the game. Maybe if we get time today, I'll bring the monitor in and I'll show you the monitor. We need to check it for fit anyway, and we'll see how, and I'll show you guys what it will look like under the table. Okay, I have installed the monitor under the table, but this screen is frosted, so we did not realize that until we pulled the paper off of it a second ago. So you can't see clearly underneath here. We'll obviously have to replace this with a piece of clear plastic. But we're driving this with a LattePanda, which is a single board Windows 10 computer. This one was bought several years ago. They have since come out with better versions of it. But this is going to be installed in the back box, hooked up to the processor so that it can get the lights identified, and then it'll display images. I wonder if I got that right side up. That's interesting. This could be upside down. No, it's right side up. Good. So you can kind of see an image in there.
Well, we're going to let you get better images right here.
Yeah, since we have to cut a new one of those anyway.
Yeah. You think they're high enough? Or would we want to endeavor to get them closer to the playfield?
It's the thing is taped directly onto the bottom. You couldn't get
the
it.
only way to get it higher is to pull the case off.
Pull the case off, we'll get a 1/4 inch higher maybe, or something like that. I think it'll be just fine. Well, it's not quite a line, but you know, if we took it out of the case, that screen might actually come up to the top. We might have to investigate that.
Okay.
So, you can kind of see what it would look like if you were playing the game here. As you win points, these pictures would get better. So,
Racier.
So anyway, we have lots of interesting ideas we've been kicking around while we've been designing this game. One of the things we're talking about doing is putting a RFID tag reader on here, so it would keep the game at an R-rated level or below, unless you had an RFID that enabled the more risque graphics. But whatever, it's going to be an interesting development. So I just wanted to show you guys this. I've been playing around with the LattePanda for about a week now, getting it set up. So as you can see, or maybe you didn't notice, but I just powered this thing on and it came up displaying these images. Now, in real life, I will have a program in here that will come up and it'll look at the lights on the back box and see that game's over, and it will put in some kind of attract mode graphic on there. When you start a game, it'll probably show you something like these PG-13 type photos, and then eventually as you start to play and score better, the rating of the image will go up from PG to R or PG-13 to R to X. So anyway, that's our plan for this table. Obviously, you're not going to get to see much more than this on YouTube, but I promise you it's going to be neat on our end. Okay, we have the Playboy table up on our teardown bench. We have the Sexy Girl table over on our other table. Mike pointed out the fact that this table does not have the guide holes to tell you where to mount stuff down, at least for most of the stuff. So it's going to be another slightly slower process of reinstalling stuff.
But we'll have the evidence.
But yeah, we'll have this to see where the stuff came from. We are about to start stripping out the light bulbs out of this thing. As with all our other tables, those are going to just go in the trash. So you've seen enough of us stripping light bulbs out of tables, so I am not going to film this. We'll bring you back when we have those out. We spent roughly an hour or so stripping the lights and the wiring for the lights out here. Now there are still some light sockets in here, but those are all the GI bulbs. But all the wires that ran through the cable harness have been cut off and stripped back. So all we have left is the mechanical harness and all the mechanical parts, which we will be disconnecting and moving over to the other table. Unfortunately for me, I've come to the end of my workday here at the shop today. I will probably work some more and film some more on the work I am doing on the processor that's going to drive the display unit, and I'm going to be doing that at home, so I will film some of that. So thanks for watching, and we will see you guys later.